Watch her battle against Jonathon Kohli playing mono black devotion. Looks like maybe a small splash for green here as we are underway in game number 3. You see, it looks like a Lifebane Zombie is going to show an Elspeth, a Jace, a Detention Sphere, a Verdict, a Dissolve, and a mystery white card that looks like it's a Deicide.
And this is one of the matchups that's been changed the most by Temple of Malady. Again, it's all about Underworld Connections and Erebos God of the Dead against Banishing Light and Detention Sphere. And when Abrupt Decay is thrown into the mix and Golgari Charm as well, the blue-white control player's ability to fight those cards is just much poorer than it used to be.
We'll see what DeTora wants to do here in just a moment. Looks like she did not hit her land, so now Mutavault plus the Lifebane Zombie are going to come into the red zone. DeTora going to go down to 15. Kohli going to play, looks maybe he's going to play a land, maybe he's going to lead off another discard spell. It's going to be a Thoughtseize here, so the grip will be revealed yet again, but a Dissolve will take care of that. So it's time to resolve a Scry. Top card's going to go to the bottom here for Melissa.
And if Jonathon does not have a follow-up here, I'm not a huge fan of playing the Thoughtseize. I think when you know your opponent has Dissolve in hand, you want to be setting up a turn where you're Thoughtseizing, and then that leads into a spell that you can then resolve. Playing it into an opponent that just has mana available does not make a lot of sense to me.
DeTora again did scry the top card to the bottom, and then she was able to draw a land, it looks like. So she's going to go reaching for the lands that she does have in play. Going to play a Plains, tap 4. Supreme Verdict is going to trade 1-for-1 with the Lifebane Zombie, and DeTora will pass the turn back over to Kohli, who will untap all those lands. They Mutavault among them. Desecration Demon, the draw here for Jonathon.
Mutavault's another understated but huge part of all sorts of decks having good matchups against Blue-White and Esper. It's the most problematic card that deck regularly plays against game 1.
Kohli going to start by attacking with the 2/2 land. Down to 11 goes DeTora. He's going to play a Swamp, followed up with a 6/6 flyer in the form of Desecration Demon. Pass the turn back over to Melissa, who will draw a card. She's being chipped away slowly but surely by Mutavault. Got to take care of the other things that are happening. And what Kohli's doing here is, even though he's playing 1 spell a turn, realistically he's actually playing 2 spells a turn, because the other spell is activate Mutavault and hit you.
Yes. And under normal circumstances, these 1-for-1 trades that Melissa is doing to buy time are so good for blue-white control, but when you're getting hit by Mutavault the whole way, it's so much worse.
So Kohli with Underworld Connections and Abrupt Decay, along with an Erebos right now, and I think he's just trying to figure out, okay, I've done the easy part, which is attack with Mutavault. Now what I want to do, and it looks like what he wants to do is just pass back with the ability to cast Abrupt Decay. I'm a little surprised to see him not cast Connections and then leave mana up for Abrupt Decay, but here's a Jace.
Yeah, it gives him some flexibility. Maybe Melissa does something on her turn that now makes Jonathon just want to draw a card instead, and it's an opportunity to resolve it. So
3 lands are going to get turned over here from the Jace. Looks like an Azorius Guildgate, a Temple of Enlightenment, and a Mutavault. You see the split there between lands that come into play untapped and lands that come into play tapped. DeTora asking how many cards do you have in your hand, and if she can work her way through those cards. Again, we know those cards. An Erebos, God of the Dead, an Underworld Connections, and an Abrupt Decay. The 2 cards that are going to come into play tapped are going to go to the grip. The Mutavault's going to go to the bottom here for Melissa.
I suppose the reason that Jonathon did not cast his Underworld Connection that turn is he knows that Melissa has a Deicide. So if he knows that he's going to be tapping out, he doesn't get to draw a card, assuming that Melissa has the mana left over.
Fair.
So that's reasonable.
Golgari Charm the draw. Going to fire up the Mutavault. Looks like we might see an attack here for 8 straight to DeTora. We could see Mutavault take down the Jace and then 6. But I think more importantly here for Kohli, as he's going to play Connections past the turn back, is that if Desecration Demon is dealt with, Mutavault's lethal.
He wants to have 2 lethal attackers, and if he splits up his attackers, Melissa only falls to 3, which means that the Mutavault is no longer lethal the following turn, assuming the demon can be dealt with.
And Mutavault is even, you know, if Jace were to tick up for whoever knows what reason, Mutavault would still be lethal. It would be a 1/2 attacker. So Kohli basically saying, I'm not too scared of your Jace, as DeTora is going to tap 6 mana and deploy an Elspeth Sun's Champion. That's going to come into play. 3 tokens are going to come into play here as well. The Golgari Charm says, I'm going to kill those, and now I'm going to kill you. Jonathon Kohli is going to win this match. 2 games to 1 over Melissa DeTora. Black-Green Devotion gets the job done against Blue-White Controlled. You can see there, very briefly, as we watch the 3rd game, just how powerful this deck is against Detention Sphere strategies. Abrupt Decay just screwing everything up there for DeTora.
It's really hard to overstate what it's done to the matchup. Before, in my opinion, mono black against decks like blue-white, game 1's pretty bad for black. They're glutted with removal. In the post-board games, they get to cut all of that for more discard spells. So the matchup overall, I feel, is favorable for the blue-white player, because even though the post-board games are bad, they're not that bad, and they're such a huge favorite game 1 to win the first game. Now, the black-green Devotion deck has a much better matchup game 1 because it's removed some creature removal for Abrupt Decay. And the post-board games are much better as well because it can fight over the Detention Spheres and Banishing Lights that cause